Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to do a few things. First, I'm going to discuss the three-part video that I just posted a couple days ago where I sold some of my silver and bought some gold. That video was broken up into three parts, but all three parts got over 1,000 views, and most of them got dozens of comments. So, and a lot of them were saying I was drinking a stupid juice and I got scammed and I made a mistake. So I'm just going to talk about that a little bit, and then I'm going to show you the melt values on some coins like the war nickels, the dimes, the quarters, half dollars, and dollars like the Morgans a piece and stuff. And then I'm going to show you some of the foreign coins that I'm about to sell on eBay. So I have a lot of coins. So if you're new to my channel, because I did see that I've got something like 60 or 70 new subscribers in just the last week, mainly the last 3 or 4 days. So there's a lot of people new to the channel that might not know exactly what I do. Quickly, what I do is I'm always buying. I'm buying almost every day, and some goes to my personal collection, some goes business. And then I'm selling on eBay and mercari, and also have a shop. So I'm constantly buying, and I am heavy silver. So before you really start bashing me on selling my silver, I've been buying silver for a long time, and I am extremely heavy, and I am pro silver. So just letting you know that. So about the video, one, it got a lot of comments. So I'll have some of the comments just stroll right down the screen here. But I would advise you go back to those videos and read those comments and respond to them, because it's kind of building like a mini community, and that's kind of what I want to do. I don't just want to show my coins off and sell my coins. I want to build like a community where we can communicate back and forth and share information, and you can tell people you know about me and share my information. And I comment, I reply, I should say, I reply to every comment. So I'm not like one of those YouTubers that you post a comment and you never get a reply. I will always reply to every single one. But that was the main thing I wanted to say about that. Now I'll show you the difference between the silver I sold if I would have kept it and the gold that I bought. So when I sold my silver, silver was at $103.94. It has now went past $115. And the gold, I bought it when gold was $4,994. Now it's 5102, just at the time of this recording. So with the gold went up 2.3%, and what I bought was an eighth of an ounce. So my since just Saturday when I bought that piece, my net worth has went up $13. Now, if I would have held that silver, my net worth would have went up $60. So the guys who said I was stupid making a mistake in the short term, yes, y'all were right. So I made $13 with the silver, with the gold, but I would have made $60 if I held the silver. So yes, y'all guys are right. I'm the kind of person I will admit when I'm wrong, and I hate making mistakes, but I will say I did, and I'll learn from them. But in the long term, I think it's a better trade because as silver goes up, buyers are going to get more picky. They're going to want only silver eagles. They're going to want only like flawless pieces. They're going to start rejecting some. You can take, you'll see it. You'll see it if you go to sell your silver. If you have some kind of odor or damage or just not pretty, like eye peeling, eye popping pieces, they might reject them. Like, no, I don't want to buy that right now. Now, and they might even tell you, I'm only buying silver eagles. So I just want to kind of diversify, and I'm way heavier silver than I am gold. I have like about 300 ounces of gold between coins and rounds, and about 1.6, 1.7 ounces of gold. So you see, I'm just trying to diversify and add to my gold stack. And also, that wasn't just only a silver to gold trade. I also used $240 fiat. So I have $240 less fiat and $240 ish of more gold, if you want to say that. So last thing, the gold coin that I bought is highly more valuable than the generic rounds I sold. So if you're looking just at the metals price, yes, I would have made more money if I would have kept the silver. But if you look at collectability and rarity, the coin that I bought is way more rare and more collectible than the generic silver rounds. I didn't sell anything special or high premium. The stuff I sold was just stuff I had for a long time that I made 300% on. And so that's the other thing. The pieces I got rid of were kind of like the worst in my stack. So I was getting rid of some of my ugly stuff and getting better stuff. So I was really diversifying. So, oh, one more thing. And if you do try to sell your silver online, like there's a lot of websites that'll buy your silver back. I've heard that you won't get your money for 2 weeks to 2 months. So imagine if you're in a rush and you want to sell your silver, you're going to have to wait 2 weeks to 2 months to get your money. And then you have to wait for the check, that kind of thing. And if you go to a shop, they're probably going to pay you 20% back. So just think about that. So that's why I only sold 5 ounces. And actually, I'm kind of feeling hurt about that, but I know in the long run it'll be better. But I only sold 5 ounces. So I would advise everybody to go back and watch those 3-part videos if you didn't already. If you only watched one, I'll put the playlist in the description so you can watch all 3 and go and respond to everybody. I want to see everybody kind of responding back and forth. And if you direct a comment toward me, I will reply. All right, so let's get into the melt of these coins, and then I'll show off these foreign coins that have been in my collection for a while. And I think a lot of people that maybe get into collecting or are already in collecting, I have a lot of coins you won't find anywhere. So first, I'm going to move this, and we're going to talk about the melt on these coins as of today at $115 silver. So I'll start with war nickels. So I have a few war nickels here. So war nickels, the melt on these right now, these are 35%. So you can't really take these to the sell them at a store for melt. Sorry, I just got a text. I was reading it. I hate when that happens. So all right, so the melt on these are $6.51. Now they are 35%, so you wouldn't really melt these down. These are really kind of a more collector's coin, but $6.50 for a war nickel now. I remember when these were a dollar, $1.50. I think about $1.50 is what I mainly remember them. So yeah, I'll show you these quick. Half dime. These are what you would consider numismatic. You would not want to sell these for the spot price, but they're roughly about $4.18. So dimes. I have a bunch of dimes here. I also have another stack here, and I also have about 350 that are not flipped. But the dimes, the melt on dimes are about $8.36. So I mean, if you're looking on eBay and you're buying dimes, and you're seeing the price of like $10 each, yeah, that's the price now. This is a problem with $115 silver. A dime is now $8.36 melt. So that's that's a problem for collectors. Like I'm actually sad that silver is $115 because now I have to buy less. I get less coins for my money. I kind of do wish silver would go back down to around 50 or 60. I know everybody would freak out if that would happen, but I don't think I would. It would be bad for sales, but I would be stacking. And I think everybody else would too. Kind of get a breather. Maybe not 60, maybe 80 or 90. I think that would be better. So here are quarters. So you'll see a lot of these are proofs, and I do have a lot. I probably have about 120, 125 quarters that are not flipped. But all of these are like the America Beautiful, but they're pretty much the same as this. See here, I have a bunch of quarters, but basically these are about the same. Thought there was a 55 proof in here, but anyways, oh, I have another stack of quarters here. Sorry. So the seating liberties, you wouldn't want to sell those as melt. The barbers, that's about the oldest that you would really sell for melt, and the melt on these quarters right now is $20.90. So $20.90. These just got all messed up, didn't they? But $20.19 for a quarter. That is absolutely crazy. And here's a 40%. This was supposed to be in this stack, but I'll show you that real quick. So the 40% quarters, and here's a whole bunch of half dollars. And there's actually a dollar here too. So we'll look at these really quickly. So let's see. So I don't have the price for the quarters, but we're just gonna, it's half of a half dollar. So these are $17.50. That is absolutely insane. But if you're like me and you remember the day where these were $4 each, that's where I bought a lot of mine. I bought most of these between 4 and 8 and even $9 each. And look at this price. That's my price. That's my price I was selling at my shop. If something doesn't move at my shop, I usually bring it back. Let's see what the previous price was. And in my three-part video, I think of part 3, you can see I do this. I go and reprice coins. But you can see I previously had this for $7, and now it's $17. That's how much silver has increased. This when I probably wrote this 3 months ago, 3 or 4 months ago when I wrote that. So in just roughly about 3 months, this coin has increased $10. So that's 40%, and I have a lot. I was the only guy at the coin shop buying them out of 40% halves. They were like, when the melt on these were about $10, I was buying them at 7. When the melt on these were like 8 or 9, I was buying them at $4. So I was buying the hell out of those, and I have sold a lot. At one time I bought 120 of these, and I probably sold out of those probably in a couple months. And because they are coming back, especially with the high silver prices. So we already talked about those. Oh, I didn't give you the price on these. So it would be half of 17. So that would be 850. So these have about 850 melt. But both of these, and as well as all of these, are bicentennial silver quarters. I think one of them's a proof. Yeah, this one's a proof. So these, I'm going to hold on to them until closer to summer. So silver is already peaking close to $10 melt on these coins. But I think right around summer, because it is the 250th anniversary of the United States this year, and that's really going to probably start taking off near summer. I think these coins are probably going for like $15, $20 summer. Right now they're going for about $10. But I do have a couple of these on Mercari and eBay if you want to grab some. I don't think I've updated the prices yet, but I might. So you might want to check those. I'll put the link in the descriptions. But the melt on these are $8.50. And real quickly, a 40% dollar. This will actually surprise you. This is a 40% silver dollar. And this is $36.54. That is insane. I bought this for $11 just like 2 months ago. So, yeah, I've already tripled my money if I was to sell it at melt. All right, and now on to the half dollars. Half dollars right now, the melt is $41.81. That is insane. So any of these half dollars, 40% half dollar, these are now $41.81 melt. So if you're looking at prices and you're seeing 44 to $50 half dollars, that is the new price. That is a problem when silver goes up. Coins become more unaffordable. And lastly, dollars. Now the melt on a dollar is $89.41. I'm gonna have to go reprice my coins, but I'll wait a few hours. I'll wait to the end of the day, and I'll give you all guys, if you view this video, a few minutes to go check them out before I increase the prices. But just the melt on these coins right now are $89.41. So I'm probably going to have to increase these to $100 just to make sure I make enough to cover the eBay and Mercari fees. But that's what it is. That's a problem. You know, when people get happy that the silver price is going up, that's a major problem. So, you know, you're going to get a lot less for your money when silver goes up. And this one, right here, this one will not be sold for melt. This is about a $350 coin. This is a high relief 1921 piece. And you know, if you look right here, just look at the back wings, the tail feathers. Look how far they stick out from the coin, and also her face. Look how like deep dish the field is, and look how much the cameo sticks out, the face. It's just a beautiful coin. I do have it listed. I think I have it listed for $350. So, lastly, let's talk about the foreign coins. And I wanted to show you the melt on this coin. This is one of my favorite coins. It seems like nobody else really likes it, but this coin right here is just absolutely beautiful. It's a 1842 dollar, and the melt on this coin is $125 for this one coin, just melt, because this coin is over an ounce. So this is a rare coin. I think only 789,000 of these were minted, and I bought this for kind of cheap because it was hold, but the details are absolutely beautiful. But I bought this coin when melt was about $50, I think. Probably less, 42, $48 when I bought this coin. I've had it for a few years. All right, now to the foreigns. All right, so I'm going to do this really quickly. You can pause the video or you can click the link below to go to my eBay page to see all of these. But you can see all of these coins, and I'll just slowly flip through them. But I have been and I will continue to list these on eBay. Maybe not the Cuba coins. Those will be more on Mercari, but some of them won't be listed at all. But some of these I'm listing for melt. Some I'm listing a little bit higher than melt. But these are coins that I handpicked myself. So just check eBay and check Mercari, and if there's a price you think might be a little high, make me an offer, because I have the offer option on all of my coins, because I have to price them to make sure I clear the eBay and Mercari fees, which is roughly about 13%. So if I'm selling something at melt and I want melt, make sure at the end of the day I get melt, I have to do melt plus 13%. But you could always hit me up and ask me, hey, will you take this? Will you take that? I might consider it, especially if it's one I've been holding on for a long time. Well, thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Click the like button, comment. I'll reply right back. Thanks.